Hey guys, what can I get for you today?
I'll have the chocolate chip pancakes and a coffee. What about you, Mia?
I'll have the same, but quick question. Where did you get that bracelet? The design is beautiful, and what does that engraving say?
Oh, thank you. I actually got it as a gift for my confirmation in high school. The verse is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that the jewelry was religious. Sorry we asked. We didn't mean to pry.
Well, I'm not. Sorry, that is. I just watched that new History Channel program on the life of Jesus for my world history course, and I have noticed some discrepancies with the whole story.
Mia, don't you think that's a little intrusive? You know I don't really care about religious stuff. Why don't we just let the poor guy get back to work?
No, it's okay. I actually watched the same show. I'm sure that I can answer any questions that you have about who Jesus was and what he did.
So, first things first, I'm not going to fight you on Jesus being a real person. I mean, that program proved to me that he actually lived and was a teacher. But anything beyond that, I don't buy into. I mean, he was definitely smart and had some great advice on how to treat others, but I don't understand why anyone would think that qualifies him to be God, the Son of God.
No, Mia, you've got it all wrong. Jesus wasn't a wise teacher. He was a megalomaniac. I mean, he was claiming that he was the only way anyone could be saved, that he performed miracles, and that he could forgive sins, even those that weren't committed against him. You have to be mentally disturbed to say stuff like that. He had a literal God complex, not a moral philosophy.
It sounds like you guys have really thought about this, and I appreciate that you trust me to listen to and respond to your opinions. First, it is true that Jesus was an actual person, and that his insights into morality were valuable. But he was not just a wise teacher. You're right to point out that his teachings would make him incredibly and clinically narcissistic if his claim to be Son of God was not true. In John 14 alone, Jesus claims to be the only way to heaven and to God, to be the way, the truth, and the life, and the power to have his disciples ask me for anything in my name, and I, Jesus, will do it. Despite these statements, Jesus was not mentally disturbed either. In the most traumatic and stressful situations, such as being tried in front of Jewish religious leaders and crucified, he maintained a calm demeanor and exhibited profound emotional and mental stability, talking to his friends and enemies alike. Speaking of his enemies, they did not think of him as crazy, and they would have had the greatest incentive to do so.
Well, if he really is who he says he is, then how can you explain the resurrection? Resurrections are only spiritual, and all this claims about the body being gone from the tomb just doesn't add up.
As puzzling as this may seem, Jesus actually came back fully human and spiritual. Not only is there evidence by both liberal historians and scriptural historians of the empty tomb, there is also evidence proving Jesus to be fully man after his resurrection. He met with, drank with, ate with, and could be touched by the disciples. They saw and felt the wounds that were inflicted upon him during his crucifixion, thus proving the tomb was not only empty, but Jesus in fact rose fully human with the same divinity.
If what you're saying is true, then why didn't all the Jews follow the new developing of Christianity? If the resurrection truly happened, then why wouldn't all the Jews believe in it?
This can be a daunting topic, but it can be explained by the beliefs of the religion. They have the same belief as Mia mentioned earlier, that resurrections are only spiritual, being that the basis of Christianity is the resurrection of Jesus. If Jews do not believe in the human resurrection of Jesus, then they cannot believe in Christianity. We can see through the work of the apostles that the resurrection really happened. These are the same men that denied knowing Jesus because they were afraid of being persecuted for following him. Yet, after the resurrection, they had this newfound strength and preached of the good news to many, even if that meant being ridiculed for preaching.
Wow, that's a lot of faith to put in one person. Risking your life to preach about one man, they really must have believed he was the Son of God.
Yeah, I don't know if I could put that much faith into one person. I would have to be absolutely certain. Thanks for sharing. You've given us a lot to think about.
I'm definitely going to have to rewatch that program with my newfound perspective. Well, I don't want to be rude, but can you go get our food now? I'm starved.